You're listening to Search the Scriptures Daily, a program in which we encourage everyone who desires to know God's truth to look to God's Word for all that is essential for salvation and living one's life in a way that is pleasing to Him. We're wrapping up our evaluation of The Secret, a book that has been atop the New York Times bestseller list for the past 20 weeks and counting. It's based upon the video by the same title, and they have sold nearly a combined 10 million copies. Its success is thanks in part to being featured on the Oprah Winfrey Show and Larry King Live, following which stores like Walmart completely sold out of the books and the DVD. The Secret is basically a how-to book, and the how-to is how to get whatever you want. What is the secret behind the secret? Well, it's grasping and applying the concepts taught in the mind sciences such as religious science, Christian Science, Unity School of Christianity, and so forth. And of course, their roots go back to Hinduism, Eastern mysticism, the occult, shamanism, witchcraft, and so forth. Basically, the idea is that there exists a universal mind that is impersonal. Some call it God or Brahman or the Force, and it is activated by personal minds through various techniques such as meditation, mantras, one's thinking or beliefs. And according to The Secret, this universal mind acts like a genie which gives you whatever you think. If you think positive thoughts, that's what it delivers. If you think negative thoughts, you're going to reap negative results. It all depends on a person's thoughts, or so we're told, and how well he or she can master the techniques. The Secret promotes visualization as the most powerful technique a person can develop. Now, here's a quote from the book. The reason visualization is so powerful is because as you create pictures in your mind of seeing yourself with what it is you want, you are generating thoughts and feelings of having it now. Visualization is simply powerfully focused thoughts in pictures, and it causes equally powerful feelings. One of the principals in the video says, and I'm quoting, "When you are visualizing, you are emitting that powerful frequency out into the universe. The law of attraction will take hold of that powerful signal and return those pictures back to you just as you saw them in your mind." And as we mentioned last week, along with its emphasis upon mental healing, they are two of the most dangerous aspects of the message of The Secret. And Dave, what about visualization? Don't we all visualize to some degree, and does that put us in harm's way?
Well, Tom, just a quick word. I mean, this is unbelievable stuff. I mean, unbelievable to a sensible mind. But if you are desirous of this, you think this is the quick way.
You're going to get something out of it, and some big-time stuff.
Yeah, you really want it. Mm-hmm. First of all, Tom, nobody has ever done this. So why aren't these guys doing it? They absolutely are not. They're not creating health. They're not creating long lives, and we've talked about that.
Mm-hmm. But they are wealthy, Dave.
Well, yes,
but it's not through visualizing or anything like that. They're selling I think they're selling snake oil, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So visualization. Well, if you're an architect, an engineer, whatever, you see in your mind what you are going to create on paper, mm-hmm. or a designer of automobiles or of clothes or whatever. Nothing wrong with that. The visualization that is not only wrong but evil, it opens you to the world of the demonic, is the kind of visualization they're talking about. Visualizing in order to create, in order to become a creator, in order to become God. And that with your mind, by visualizing, you can bring anything into existence you want. Now, we didn't bring the world into existence because we weren't here, okay? Suddenly 20 million people were jarred out of their sleep, and some of them knocked out of their beds in Mexico City when they had a big earthquake. Now, was that the universal mind coughing or sneezing or they certainly were not visualizing this. Tom, everything that happens in this world is mostly not visualized by someone unless it's the careful creation of a house or whatever. Mm-hmm. So this is just so much nonsense, but it's deadly dangerous nonsense because what happens when you visualize?
Before you go there, let me give their audience an example because we know in sports this is becoming a technique a lot of coaches are implementing. Let's say somebody is standing at the free throw line and he's rehearsing in his mind. It's a rehearsal of where his body should be, how his arm should be, and so on. So it also happens in golf. You know, you're waiting on the tee and you're going to step up and hit the ball, and you're rehearsing in your mind. Now, I don't have any problem with the idea that of a rehearsal, but they're also teaching, in some cases, not in all cases, that, for example, whether you're hitting the golf ball or whether you're letting the ball go from the free throw line, you're visualizing the art of the ball. You're actually trying to, through your mind, control the ball, whether it be in golf or so on. Now I believe you've stepped over the line. You've gone from simple rehearsal to creating a reality or attempting to create a reality which is just mind control.
Tom, there is a connection between the mind and the body, of course. So if you're only rehearsing the motion that you're going to make at the free throw line, as you said, I see nothing wrong with that. But if you think that you can make the ball go through the hoop by visualizing it going through the hoop, then you have entered into the occult. Now, Michael Harner, one of the world's leading anthropologists and also a practicing shaman, he says shamanism, witchcraft, is the same all over the world. Isolated tribes, never been in contact with one another. They all have the same thing. I can go to the South Pacific, an island, Tom. I can tell the witch doctors what they're involved in before they tell me because you've seen it all over the world. Now, Michael Harner says visualization is the number one technique of the witch doctor or the shaman to complete what he wants to do. This is how he goes into a journey into the upper or lower world, into the past or into the future in his mind, and there he meets his spirit guide, among other things. Now, if you took Silva method, it used to be called Silva mind control, you create an entire laboratory in your mind, and when the big day comes, you visualize the elevator door opening and out step two creatures, male and female. This is the anima and animus of Freud. This is the anima and animus of Jung.
Carl Jung.
And these become your spirit guides, and it is through them that you do these miracles. Now, why the universal mind needs visualization, I thought just a thought was enough. But by the way, Yonggi Cho, pastor of the largest church in the world, he claims this is how God created the universe, through visualization. And he says that God told him that he cannot answer prayer until you visualize exactly what you're praying for. For example, he gives you a case. He says this woman was praying for a husband. She wasn't getting any answer. And Cho told her, well, what kind of a husband do you want? You got to see him in your mind. You got to be definite about this. And what do you know? She started picturing the man she wanted, and what do you know? She got him. Now he says God told him the same thing. He was praying for a bicycle. God said, supposedly, well, what kind of a bicycle do you want? You want a French bike, American bike? You want a trail bike, a racing bike?
For more information about the Berean call us toll-free at our order number or visit our website,